talk show. I'm T.
I'm Keisha.
I'm Beth.
And I'm Bree.
And today's segment, before we get started, we just want to say RIP to George Floyd, the latest African American male who was killed by a white police officer. So I want to give my condolences before we get our segment going. So now that we got that out the way, today's segment is going to be about relationships. It's a part 2. The first segment that we had a guest on our show, which happened to be a man and was able to get his point of view of relationships. So now we're being asked questions from the male's point of view and what they want to know from us women. Speak on it, speak on it, speak on it, speak on it.
So I'm Terrell Jones, and I'm a real estate investor in the Atlanta area. I was on y'all show last segment, and so y'all got the chance to ask me all the questions. So today I want to ask y'all the questions and see what y'all think about certain things from a woman's perspective, since y'all was bombarding me with all the questions. But they was good questions, and so I had fun. So I want y'all to answer them honestly. And I want y'all to just give us a female point of view on these particular insights.
Well, the name of the show is Speak On It, so we definitely gonna speak on the question.
Okay, let's do it.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna start off with a question that's just sort of fun. So I want to ask all of y'all, what is the weirdest thing that you've ever done on a date?
Let me speak on that. Okay. So I can say the weirdest thing for me was peeing outside the car. Yep. Like we couldn't get to a bathroom. Peeing outside the car was
Okay.
for me.
So you had to go.
And trying to hide, because we didn't really know each other that well.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to hide and peeing outside the car.
Okay, okay. I feel you on that. That's weird.
Yes. Okay. Well, actually, sort of. I'll speak on that. I had just a shirt, but it worked.
That's Hey, speak on it. That's
Only the real can relate.
Hey.
Number one. I hope he didn't put it back on. That's all I can say. He probably washed it and put it back on because I'm just playing.
Hey.
Wow. So anybody else?
That was
as far as
weird.
the date
I really haven't had anything weird.
Oh, come on. No weird things on a date. No.
Y'all done had some weird dates. Something y'all done did weird on a date.
I mean, what is weird?
Weird is something that's not ordinary.
No.
How about y'all
On a
out
date.
there? This is definitely one that we want y'all to chime in.
If
out
I'm
there to
being
let us know.
me, that make me a little weird, because I may be a little weird, but just doing weird shit.
You ain't with it.
I never experienced that.
So have you ever done anything embarrassing on a date? How about that? Let's say that. Anything that you was kind of embarrassed that you did on a date?
Actually showed up to the date of the person that you was going on the date with, that you should have stayed at home with.
It was a little bit.
Yeah, I was a little
Dang.
embarrassed. Like, you should have stayed at
So-
home. That wasn't even working.
Checklist.
That was embarrassing.
Checklist.
Yeah. But other than that, not me. Any.
So did you still have a date? Or nah, you just canceled it?
So what I did was, when I walked in and I noticed the date and everything about the date, I just turned right the phone around.
Hey.
So y'all ain't never been on a date and the guy done took y'all somewhere weird as fuck. Y'all don't even know what the hell was going on. Food was weird. Somebody tried to put you on something new. Nothing.
I feel like we pre do this. Like, we want to know before we go where we're going.
Oh my goodness. All right. So look, we moving on. So since we rocking and rolling, we got the fun stuff out the way. So let's go ahead and get into something deep real quick, some deep questions. So this is a question that's interesting. Why do women meet a guy, sleep with him, then stop having sex with him in order to commit? What's the process that y'all go through when something like that happens?
It depends on if they had drinks prior to, in the mood. And then once you realize, you was like, maybe this ain't it. Let me hold back a little bit. It could be a number of things. I'm guilty of that. I'm very guilty.
I think it's
of
more
that.
like a sample. Like when you go to the mall and you go to the store and you get a sample and it's like, damn, I want some more. And if you ain't finna pay for it and you ain't finna do what you gotta do to get it, you just gonna be over there mad that you ain't got nothing.
Speak on it.
See, I don't like to sample too much. Everything you try to sample ain't good.
They try to give a dude a sample, and if he ain't ready to commit, then he ain't getting no more.
He ain't getting no more. That's how you, I guess
That's our problem.
women,
as
we
women,
kind of
right.
use that to kind of be, that's the cookie, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you really feeling this dude, I kind of feel like then you pull back the cookie because it's like, okay, I really want
From
this
the
dude. Like, let me pull back, you know?
Yeah.
Or
Or
like,
like
you
the-
really want me type thing.
Or like
you know?
while they buy the couch, they get the milk for free.
That could
the
be.
Steve Harvey, the 90-day thing,
Yeah, when you pull back.
So y'all don't think that's sending mixed messages though?
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
No.
I do feel like that. I feel like we should put our foot down in the beginning, and I think coming
Set standards.
from
Okay.
in the past and growing and learning, you realize that, and then that's why you hold off in the beginning.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. Don't even start having the sex. If you're going to keep
Set
that out,
standards.
I agree.
Set
I
But
standards.
a lot of people have weak moments or whatever that do date or whatever and proceed to go ahead and go there. But then they like, let me remind you, oh no, I'm not trying to, take it to where we're just doing that. So let's stop.
Right.
And I think that's a good thing to do, especially if you, like
If
this
you
person.
catch yourself,
I really like you,
ain't
so
nothing wrong with that.
let's just make sure we don't make this about sex.
But not even that. We doing what some men do out here in the world
Okay.
too. I mean, they
Yeah.
do it too. So what's the issue when we do it? Now you feel your emotions is in now.
So some of it could be get back.
It could.
Some of it could just
Psychology.
be reverse
Or
psychology,
just a big mistake.
and some of it could be
Yeah.
not making the right decisions at the time. Okay.
Yeah, you like,
Like,
no.
or it really was a big mistake. Oh no, you got that, bro.
No, you
You
know
ain't
it's
got it.
gonna be a mistake when they drop them pants.
Oh my
That's-
goodness.
You
Oh
know
my
right there
God.
that's gonna be a mistake.
That-
Right there when they drop them pants, you know what? I gotta go.
I'm good, love.
My kids
That's
enjoy.
cold.
Kids.
That's
enjoy.
cold.
Just text me, y'all.
Hey, speak on it.
Speak
Speak
on
on it.
Oh my
Text
God.
is like emergency.
All right, so
Hey, Beck, can you text me right quick and say something wrong with the family? I mean, it's been done.
speak on it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. So here's the next question. It's pretty common for a guy to probably want to know this from a female perspective. When dating or when thinking about a relationship, what is your biggest turnoff in a man?
I'll speak on that.
Oh, well, I think I was going to speak on that one.
Arrogance, cocky, flashy, because you have some independent women out here who don't need your money, don't need your cars. Like that's not a way to get a real woman. Like you don't have to use your assets to get a real woman.
Okay.
So that's a big turn off for me because once I see that, then I know that's how you pick up your women, and I know you got hoes around the world.
Okay.
In different area codes.
Okay.
I mean,
So you feel like it's playing,
oh yeah.
it's player,
I mean,
it's game.
It's a game. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else want to speak on it?
Oh, well, with me, my biggest thing, not being consistent for me. I need consistency. That's big for me. Communication and being consistent.
Okay.
Those are my two.
I agree.
What about you, Keisha?
I feel like a big turn off is if you are like a super mama's boy.
Jody, my
Super
Jody.
mama's boy. And it's like, am I your woman or is she your woman?
Yeah,
That is a
Yeah, I think
big,
that is
huge
too.
turn off.
That's
Like,
right.
So a big turn off, I would say, I think for any, real woman is, a guy that's not, about his business or just don't have a job. I mean, well, of course, you probably wouldn't be on that date anyway. So, but,
But now, what if, he did have a job, when you guys met, but things changed, like
Oh, yeah,
the
they
things
lost.
turned. then that's gonna turn you off, right? Because it's like, does he still have ambition?
Right, yeah, if the
You know?
ambition is behind it and he's moving forward, then you can work things
But if you
out.
sitting
But
on your ass
otherwise,
playing PlayStation and Xbox, then we got a problem. Like, where's
Well, I'm
your
busting
goal?
mine.
Exactly.
yeah.
I agree.
Speak on it, touch, 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 speak on it.
What we gonna do is we gonna go ahead and ask y'all something about when you first start dating. And so the relationship getting serious, you like this person and they like you. So do you go and change your phone number when you start the new relationship? Or what? Do you just keep your same phone number, or is it that important to you or big to you?
I'll definitely speak on that. But when we're going to Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, wherever we suddenly start phone from, we're changing the number because your past, they have that number. You have females that have that number. Some females don't respect your relationship. So do you allow females that you have nothing with, no relationship, no nothing, ruin the relationship that you chose to be in, that you want to build with, to ruin your relationship because you don't want to change your number?
And I want to chime in as well. That's a great point of view. From a male's perspective, I want to chime in because in some instances, a gentleman may work one number, where some people in the streets, so they only got one number, they can't afford to change the number. Or some people are legit and they got a business phone, they sole proprietors and they work off their phone. How do you deal with a situation like that?
That was my point because I feel like I wouldn't change my
Yeah.
number because
I
I
was
work
gonna
on
say the
my
same thing.
phone. I've had this number for
Right.
years.
But it depends on your situation, and it depends on where you stand in your relationship. If that's something that both of you guys agree on, which was something that I did, whether it was business, whether it was, because my number, I have my little cards and I have my number out there.
Right.
And I just had random numbers calling and hanging up and not saying nothing. So you got all these people out here who got your number anyway. You have the same contacts that you can text and say, hey, I have a new number. This is my new number. Text me at this number. That number is no longer valid. People change their numbers all the time. So, and I said it kind of depends on your relationship and where you stand. Or you keep that number for your business. Personal, we get a new phone. We get a new phone number. This is your business. This is your personal cell phone number. So your business, I'm not worried about. Personally, now.
But what's really the difference?
That's based on your relationship.
Right.
See, my relationship totally different. We changing numbers right here. So,
So you feel like you should cut all of your previous connections off by changing that number.
Not business.
But just personal connections when you engage in a new relationship.
That's correct.
Okay.
I do. I don't know about any other.
Yeah, I just feel like it's really like a trust thing. Like, first of all, I'm not gonna go through hoops because at the end of the day, if you want this person to have your number, they're gonna have the new one, the old one, the in between one. I ain't got time for all that. It was done in the dark gonna come to light regardless. So.
But see, once you get that new number, then we got a problem because you ain't supposed to have a new number.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the succession bank. That's the bank right there.
That's the problem.
Right.
So we
That's
went
what the
through the
problem
motions.
comes in
You
at.
might as well have kept the damn number and said, babe, you know what? I'm not changing my number. I want to keep this number. You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it, touch, 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 speak on it.
That mouth do.
Depends on
If
you know what you
Is
do.
it the same sensation?
So good.
If so, is
That's
it
a good
different and how?
question.
How so? They're asking if it's different and how so.
I feel like some men know how to work their mouth better than they can really work themselves. And then there's some men that can put it down and you ain't even gotta worry about that. It's just a little plus. Really.
Well,
That's
when you got a bonus and you got the head and you
Right,
got
it's
the,
a
both of them is the same if you got a man that can make it happen the same. Okay?
Well, I mean,
So-
I don't think it's the same sensation.
Well,
I'll
no,
say
the
that.
sensations are a little bit different. Now, depends. Like
Yeah.
you said, it depends on if that man know what he's doing. Because it's
Yes.
a certain way to do that. Some men don't know how to do it.
Some
and
just do the
men
perimeter and some
No,
like to
some
go
men
in
know how.
with
It's a certain spot with that.
So when
and
it's
you
done
don't-
right both ways, when you finally climax off of either, does that climax feel the same? Like,
Not
man,
for
of
me.
course,
Like,
ejaculation
for
for
mine,
men,
it's not the same.
it feels the same. whether we in the mouth or whether we in the wherever. You know
If
what I'm
it's
saying?
some good head, the head can really.
Yeah, the head can really
make it
I
happen.
think most right
I
head.
think most women,
Oh Lord.
that's what I would say. I think most women would say the head is like another level.
It's
It's
I
like
guess the question is, is the sensation the same?
no, the sensation is not the same.
It's different.
Because the
And
sensation
how so,
is
I guess?
different.
Explain.
I
don't see
I
difference.
think well no, when it's done right,
If you
like, when they-
orgasm
well,
through head and
No, he
you're
was talking about how
orgasming
well,
Yeah.
see, the orgasms are different. I can say
They
that
are
too.
different.
Because, like, you know,
They
if
are
it's head, you know, I think it's more blood coming down. Is it the clitoris? Where?
depends on
Look,
how
it
you
comes
doing
down.
it.
It's different. It is.
And the blood is flowing and it goes all to that one spot with head. But you know, when you have an intercourse, okay,
It goes
it's
through
hitting
your
different
body.
spots.
So
And
I
it
get
goes,
what you're saying.
so it's a different feeling. So
Yeah.
That's good.
you know,
That is
it's
good.
definitely a difference. So it's like what mood you in, what you. Of course, you want it all.
And if
so,
is he
but-
hitting this right spots? How
Right,
is he
right.
sucking on it? Is he licking on it? Is he
Right,
it's
right.
a whole different.
Yeah.
Yes.
She said,
Do he got the legs up? Is it doggy style? I mean,
Yes.
all
But
of
you
them
know,
play
like-
a part.
Yeah, it's good when like everything's all wet.
That was a good one.
And
That
me
he
personally,
had.
look, I'm gonna chime in because that's an interesting question. So I'm gonna chime in too because I know like there's situations when you're having intercourse and it is all wet, and then there's times when you're actually eating your lady out, you getting the leg lock. You know what I'm saying? She doing her thing. She done came. So I'm trying to figure out so there's not a different sensation when you flowing with the water come versus when you just leg lock and come.
I feel like it is the same. I'm not gonna say the way the orgasm flows through your body. That's what I'm gonna say. Because you got your head, depending on what he's doing down there, what areas he's touching. Because he can be licking in the inside, and that gives you an orgasm versus licking the clitoris. Then once he starts doing the, and he in the inside, he hitting the clitoris while he in the inside, you can have an orgasm so many different ways depending on what your man is doing and how you.
I feel like it's more control when they give a head because they can really suck on it. Because you can,
That's what I'm saying.
have an intercourse and they can hit it one good time, but
Okay,
then
you
they
buckle
ain't
it.
in their car.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. That comes through.
We gonna switch the vibe up a little bit. And so what I want to ask y'all next is all right, so let's say you in a relationship with a guy or whatever, it didn't really work out. And so why is it so hard for women to remain friends with a guy? That's a question that guys
Yes.
want to know. Apparently.
Friends for what?
Next lifetime.
So basically, I guess that question is kind of asking that you're saying like, why is it so hard for women to just only be friends like with a man?
Shit,
like,
we
if
can be
you're-
friends
Right,
in a
I'm saying there
relationship.
was no
So
friendship
what's
there.
the purpose of being friends?
So what if it wasn't a relationship at first? What if y'all was
You
just,
start off as friends, and then a lot of times, I guess the man who basically asks that is wondering why a lot of women want to take it far than just being friends.
okay.
Okay, we'll chime in on that. Well, basically, most of the time with us women, it depends on, I guess, where we are. If we're in a relationship and we're friends with you, maybe we're not looking at you in that kind of way. I guess if you're a single woman and maybe you like a lot about that man and he's like somebody that you wouldn't mind being with, most of the time, I guess it's like, we maybe
So
become
why
more
now though?
interested.
Y'all been knowing each other. Why now? I mean, if y'all couldn't do it back then and you didn't see each other like that back then, why now? I mean, some people do get older and start looking like a 10,
But we
a
talking about
snack.
friendship though.
So yeah, but
Okay,
friendship.
but-
But I think it's best to keep the friendship. I mean, I think it's best
Yeah,
at
it's
a certain
not
point to
necessary.
keep the friendship and not try to take it there. Like,
But I feel like most
really-
women don't keep their friendship because first of all, they're looking for something else that probably doesn't coincide with that. Like I'm looking for
Right.
a marriage or a relationship, and I don't
Okay,
see
teacher.
you being that person, and I don't see that person rocking with me being friends with you. So
Right.
you just got to get cut off. You didn't make the cut. You gotta go. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. To the
All right, anybody else want to speak on it?
I
I feel y'all though. I mean, that's a good question because you got to think about your relationships that you got with people or whatever. So, I mean, do you want to just cut a person off and not have no communication with them, even if they was a good friend or
But
not?
I've been in this situation. This is really good. So I
It's
think you
easy
keep
for
the
men
friendship.
though. It's easy for men
to have a friendship with a woman and a female, and he been liking you for so long, but don't say nothing. Now he looking at you and he attracted to you, and then all of a sudden you don't know about the girlfriend, but then he say, oh, and y'all get this moment, and then bam, y'all done fucked up the friendship, and he got a whole relationship. So now all these emotions and all of this issues is getting ready to come back because y'all done made it complicated. For no reason.
Yeah. Facts. All right, so
Please make sure y'all send in your answers to that. Thank you.
Yes, comment down below.
Yes. Thank you.
all right, so here go a fun question that a guy want to know a woman's perspective on. You know, so during intimacy, what's the dumbest thing you ever said during intimacy?
Oh my gosh.
The dumbest thing.
The dumbest thing you ever said during intimacy.
Somebody else go first.
I'll speak on
And you knew it was dumb after you said it.
Okay, so you know, men have a way of, you know, when they in the mood and they getting it, and who's your daddy? So I said who my daddy was, which was my real daddy. I mean,
Oh my gosh! What?
I mean, what you want me to, who's your daddy?
That's the weirdest thing. I would have been so turned off at that part. Like, look, I'm a head out here. Did he say who's your daddy? You say your daddy.
Who's your daddy?
Hey,
That was good. That topic.
Oh my God.
you was keeping it real.
Hey, y'all gotta respect
You
her.
was keeping it 100.
Ask me who my
Hey,
daddy
we ain't gonna
was. Like,
crucify her for
No, that was
speaking on
good,
it.
T. That's topic.
yeah, if you
Appreciate
said,
you being honest.
if you had said, who's your poppy or who's your baby or who's your daddy, you know,
this?
okay,
Right, that was
no,
good.
not who's
Like,
your
I
daddy,
can't even
because
top
nigga,
that
you
one.
not my daddy. You didn't birth me.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you was keeping it 100 with him.
Because I can't even top that one.
I mean, it didn't stop him. Listen, it didn't stop him from not continuing.
Now that's the thing.
Oh my
Because he knew the truth.
Did he shut up though?
Oh, he ain't asked that question no more.
I ain't gonna answer that no more because I don't want to hear that.
He ain't asking no more.
Hey, that was 100.
Do y'all ever get so into it and ask, what are you doing to me?
Oh yes!
Oh my God.
That is so good. That is so good. Wait a minute.
Keith, hold on, let me tell you. I
you
asked
doing
that
to
question.
me?
You know what this nigga
Why are
said?
you doing this to me? What do you
Do you
say?
know what he said? What do you do? What do you know, we be like, oh, what are you doing? Fucking. Whoa, I mean,
Cold-blooded.
damn. I mean, you could have been romantic with it. You could have said something else, but.
Oh my God, that was good. That T, you top. There's really nothing you can say. Next question. That was
That's
a-
cold-blooded.
That's what it is. So, fellas,
Yeah, so y'all like, so ain't nobody else got,
the real ladies who they daddy is, because they gonna tell you.
ain't nobody else got nothing to speak on and about that topic.
Well, okay,
What's up? Speak
well,
on it.
Okay, well, I guess, okay. Come on, speak on it.
Speak on it.
It's called Speak On It, boo boo. Let it out.
I don't know, back in the day, okay, you know, like, you know, because I have kids now and everything, so I think, okay, so one thing I think that I did say, like, when I was younger or whatever, like, I would say, you know, like, the come in me kind of thing, like, you know, I want to, you know, have your kid kind of thing. I think I wanted baby.
In the moment.
Yeah.
So you was caught
And
up.
it was fun. Like, I think, like, when you saying, like, you about to make a baby, it just, like, that's, like, deep. And it's, like,
yeah, I think people feel like, yeah.
I'm
it's
sipping
it's
on it.
almost like, you know, you bringing in another life and you trying to get that going and
Like, give
this
me
the
life.
perfect moment.
Okay,
for that.
so
It's
listen,
like,
let me ask you this. So back in the day when you used to say that, are you still with that man?
yes.
Okay, ladies. You see that, right?
See.
And that don't happen all the time.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
but you know,
when you tell a nigga to do that and he do that and now you
Yeah.
wish you could change the
Right.
nigga you had kids
Yeah,
with,
that-
don't say that during
yeah.
sex, ladies. That's
Yeah.
one thing you don't say.
Okay.
Cause then when you get pregnant and then they come on down there and you be like,
baby don't keep no man.
that's right.
Speak on it, speak on it.